What is up, everybody? Ben Johnson here, and today I'm breaking down how I transform my home office into my YouTube studio. I will be talking through my camera angle, set design, lighting, and audio for this shot. Let's go. Alright, welcome back to the channel. As mentioned before, today we are breaking down my YouTube studio, specifically this shot. Let's get into it. The first thing I decide for any shot is the camera angle. For this setup, I walked around the office and was looking through the camera and decided on this corner shot. I personally love to use wider lenses on my YouTube videos because it allows you guys to see a little bit more of my space. For today's video, I'm using a Sony 20mm 1.8 lens. If you guys want to see a full review on this lens, I'll link that video right here. For this shot, I want to have the desk in the background, but not directly behind me. So I decided to shoot into the corner. Shooting into corners is a great way to introduce leading lines and depth. Once I choose my angle, I set up my camera on the tripod. I also set up a monitor right next to the camera so that I can keep an eye on what's going on throughout the setup process as we continue to our next step, set design. When setting up my shots, I try to get a good balance of minimal, clean, and on brand. I start by cleaning to make sure that everything is nice and presentable. Next, I sit down in frame to look at my shot with me in it, so I can then decide what I want to have behind me. Since I talk about content creation on this channel, it makes sense to have some camera gear behind me. This is accomplished by these camera lenses. Think about what your channel is about and consider what you could add into frame to visually communicate it to your audience. I also talk a lot about lighting here on the channel, so I'm going to go ahead and add in an Edison bulb as well. I also have my computer screens behind me, which are displaying my video editing program Final Cut Pro because I do a lot of editing tutorials. Placing a computer screen behind you is another great way to add in something personal to your channel. Here's a quick trick. Create some images ahead of time that you'll use as your YouTube backgrounds, and go ahead and set them as wallpapers in your preferences. This way, when it's time to shoot, you can easily go and change your background. I also have a tall plant that I'm going to bring into the shot. Once I get everything placed, it's time to focus on lighting. To start, I turn off all the lights. I then turn on my key light. I'm going to set this light to 4600 Kelvin and around 20% brightness. I'll also set up a fill light in case I need to fill in some shadows. Now, this GVM light is definitely overkill for a fill light, but I have it here in the studio and it's just convenient for me to use. Next, I will add in a rim light using my Godox TL60 tube lights. I'll go ahead and place these on my lens shelf. Because the key light is lighting up the right side of my face, I decided to place the rim lights on the left side behind me because it's going to help outline the shadowed area of my face. Next, I add in some background color. To accomplish this, I'll use a GVM light and place it behind me to the side out of frame to light up the background blue. I'll finish up by turning on some practicals. I have these two light bulbs which add a nice bit of warmth and bokeh to the image, as well as my LifeX Z strip, which when turned on and blurred out from the background almost looks like another tube light. So now that I have my camera angle, set design, and lighting in place, the last step is going to be audio. For audio on my YouTube videos, I've been using my Zoom H6 audio recorder. This records very high quality audio separate from my camera, but I sync it up later. If you want to learn more about different ways that you can record audio for your YouTube videos, check out this video here. The goal here is to place the audio recorder as close to myself as possible while also being out of frame. And now that the scene is set up, I'm finally ready to hit record. Alright, well that's going to about wrap up this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this and found some value from it. If you want to check out any of the gear that I used in this video, or maybe you're interested on where I get my music or my video effects, I have placed a ton of links down in the description as a resource for you. Before you guys leave, make sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and as always, stay creative. Peace.